The other ones aren't coming until February, because with Amazon, you don't really know when you're going to get them, especially if they're from third parties. And I apologise for how I look. This video was meant to be videoed, like filmed Saturday. It's Monday. It's Monday. Because Saturday, I got my first dose, along with my mum, our first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. The one we got was, don't know why I thought I saw someone there. We got first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. I believe the one we were given was the Oxford one. And so, I couldn't do it because the nurses were coming Saturday. We got it. In the arm. Arm is still very painful. All day, got about 2:30 in the afternoon, all day we were fine. I wake up the next day, yesterday. I was dizzy, I was burning up, and I just felt awful. It's just the same when I got the flu injection. You get some symptoms of the flu. I got the COVID-19 injection, I got like 2 to 3 symptoms of COVID. I was burning up, dizzy, and just didn't feel well. I mean, look at my eyes, man. Whew. So yeah, I've recovered now. I feel better today. Yesterday was a write-off. But now, with the vaccine, I'm 60 to 70% protected. I need to wait up to 12 weeks to get my second one, and then I'm 90% protected against COVID. I'll still be wearing a mask and everything when I leave the house. Anyway, enough rambling on about why I look like death. Let's get into the video. I've only got 2 DVDs here with me, because Amazon, like I said. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the horror films I don't have on my display, because they don't have cases. Because some idiot, when they're doing the house out 6 years ago, chucked what he thought were just cases of DVDs he had sold. Nope, still had the discs, and they now have no cases. So anyway, first one that I bought this month is a classic one, Grave Encounters. I say it's classic. I first watched this when I was 17, and you can clearly tell it's going to be taking the piss out of Ghost Adventures, because it is. Like the way there's a photo of him, like this guy. He's just meant to be Zach Bagans. The way he dresses, the way his hair is, the way he speaks to the camera. I had a ghost experience when I was a child, and I've said it's like mocking the intro to Ghost Adventures. And you can clearly tell by the camera angles and everything, but luckily at the time, when I first watched this, I hadn't seen Ghost Adventures, so I didn't know it was a mick take. But yeah, you see it as, you know, a TV pilot that they've disappeared. But as it slowly goes, like, honestly, a big thing, like in the very first episode of Ghost Adventures, Zach got scratched on his back. In the very first one at the Bobby something museum. Can you see that? Scratched hello into her back. That scene is one of the most famous, where she turns around and says, "Ah!" Just, I first bought this thinking it's just a found footage film, independent. It's going to be okay. It's one of my favourite films. Honestly, it's, for the budget they had and for the effects that they do, it's just brilliant. It's suspenseful in the way of you don't know what's going to happen next. It twists of, you know, the building's alive and it's keeping them there. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. Definitely. Okay, next up we have, not a film, technically, it's a mini-series, Salem's Lot. this one was actually recommended to me, recommended by one of the producers who was doing my short film Dark Forest, because it's vampire based. He said I should watch Salem's Lot, the original Tobe Hooper, and I'm going to say it's in 2 parts. Each episode is an hour and a half each, and I originally read Stephen King's book years ago, Salem's Lot, and I've got to say this is one of the best adaptations of Stephen King's work I've ever seen. You know, what's his name? David Soul, him of Starsky and Hutch. He plays the main character, but it's, what can I say? It feels like it's a classic, because it's got the classic, like, that look in the whole, and you need to invite them in and all that, and the vampires fly and everything. I think Salem's Lot is about, like, a lot of vampire stories are based on this lore of Salem's Lot. Oh, no, it's not, because, was it Dracula? I'm trying to think, the original Dracula, the Dracula I seen with Bela Lugosi, I think you had to invite them in there. Or did you? I'm going to have to rewatch the Dracula, the Universal Horror Classic, to see if you have to invite them in. Because I could sit here and rack my brain trying to think. The thing I like about this is it's a slip sleeve, but the cover is like the original, like 70s, like when it would have went on VHS cover. I think this is the original cover. That's what I got told on Amazon. But yeah, open it up. One of them's already in my laptop because that's where I watched it. Oops, that's not a. Oh, it's breaking already. I got it a few days ago and it's breaking. Get back in. Damn you. Okay, now for. Oh, careful. Now, the films that I said don't have covers and why they're not in my display. What I'm probably going to do is just sell these as a bundle at some point and just buy them in the case again because I want them up in the display. First one, because some of them have got these handy little packets in and some of them I've just took out of like a CD cases I was keeping them in. So I've got 2 here in packets and I've got 4 here that I've just been keeping in CD cases. So in this one, we've got Poltergeist. Can you see? That's the original Poltergeist, whose director wasn't Steven Spielberg. And on the other side, we've got Saw, the final chapter, also known as Saw 7 or Saw 3D. And it wasn't the final chapter. As you know, Spiral and all that. And Jigsaw. God, I remember when this came out, I only found out because I was in HMV and I was seeing like upcoming, I was like, oh my god, Saw 3D. Because I wanted to go see it in the cinema, but when was it? It was 2011. I was 14 at the time. I tried to sneak in. I went, because I've had a deep voice since like 13. I went, 1 ticket for Saw 3D, please. And they said no. So yeah, I really like the Poltergeist one because I'd heard so much about it that like you hear enough about the classics because everybody has an opinion on it, so you hear. So when you do first watch it, you just put all their opinions aside and you get to make your own opinion up. It's awesome. I like the effects used, especially for the year it came out. I've seen Poltergeist 2, but I haven't seen Poltergeist 3. Yeah, because 3 was when she died and the ending got mucked up. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Next up in this one is Scream, the Wes Craven classic that literally changed the horror genre in cinema. 1996, I think the people don't understand is Scream was originally, it was a Christmas horror. It was a Christmas film, in the same way Die Hard is a Christmas film, because it came out in December. I think I remember. Was it December? I'm gonna research, put it across the screen. Future me, was it December? So I won't know till later. And I was, let's see, July, August, September, October. I would have been 4 months old, because I was born July 1996. So yeah, it changed the horror genre. I first got introduced to Courtney Cox through Scream. I had no idea about Friends, just knew her from the Scream series. And on the other side, we've got Scream 3. I sold my Scream 2 disc when I bought Scream 2, I was going to say last year. I haven't been to a shop since 2019. Well, DVD shop, COVID and all that. So yeah, Scream 2 is over there, just under Saw 5 on the collection. So yeah, that's the Scream series. Don't know if I've got 4 in a packet. Probably have to go check. Next up are 2 that I got out of CD cases. It is Red Dragon, the one with Ralph Fiennes, and the one where I first watched this when I was about 10. I woke up on a night time. Well, I woke up, I'd fell asleep at I think 6 o'clock watching The Simpsons, and I woke up. It was about 10 o'clock, so I looked through the TV and Red Dragon was on, and yeah, I watched about half hour and then I was like, oh, I'm scared. Oh, hell. And on the other side, we've got Hannibal. Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins and Julianne Moore, Ridley Scott film. You know I love Ridley Scott. I prefer The Silence of the Lambs to Hannibal. I mean, it's got a very good evisceration scene, but I don't know, it's just the original story in the original film, and my favourite ones of the Silence of the Lambs series, if you want to call it, or the Hannibal Lecter, is Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs. They're the 2 stories I find most interesting, especially the start of Red Dragon, because I'm like, what's he doing? And Hannibal Lecter is like, hang on a minute, he hasn't been caught yet. But then you see him getting caught by him, and it's like, oh wow, this has really made up the dead air from just doing 2 DVDs. Oh, flaming heck. Here we go. Next up, the last 2, is Woman in Black, the 2012 horror film, Daniel Radcliffe's first venture after the Harry Potter series had ended, based on the play Woman in Black. Because what confused me was during the advertisements of this, like when you put a DVD on and it tells you coming to DVD and all that, it was showing like a stage with stuff happening. And I'm like, oh, what's this then? The Woman in Black live on DVD. I was like, what? But I've put Woman, what? Yeah, I looked it up and it was a play, Woman in Black. I like it. I like the beginning, where you see the 3 little girls jumping out the window, because you're like, why they done that? I like the ending, even though it's a bit depressing, but happy at the same time, if you get me drift. I like the way the villagers turn on him, thinking that he's caused it, but then you find out the real reason, and it's like, it's psychological, definitely. And on the other side, Cowboys versus Zombies. This is an independent film where It's about a bounty hunter chasing after this Indian who is wanted for, is it murder and rape? Yes, murder and rape of this like rich person's daughter. And when he captures him, the Indian's trying to say, you know, it was consensual and he killed the daughter, but he's blaming me for everything. And just so happens a meteor, because if it's not from a meteor, then why not, crashes and infects someone with the disease, and it later spreads in zombie apocalypse. Yeah, how does it end? Because they do work together in the end to beat the zombies and save... Oh, that was it. I've just remembered a little bit of information. I think... Oh, what's her name? Do you know Walking Dead? The one who played Amy, Andrea's sister, in the very first season of The Walking Dead. I think the actress who plays Amy in The Walking Dead is in Cowboys vs. Zombies, is the woman who the Indian and the bounty hunter team up with to get through. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going, again, future me. Is it the same actress? And what's her name? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Jeez, I've managed to blag my way through 17 minutes. Amazing. Anyway guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't have any new releases and I had to drag these from a cupboard. But anyway, I promise you February will be normal. I was going to say stay tuned for next week, but stay tuned for this Saturday when I will be releasing another ranking video, and it will be the Conjuring films ranked. So thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter at TheUnruly. Follow my gaming channel where I'm doing choices videos, the choices stories you play, which is just Unruly. And I'm thinking of trying to do stuff for me personal channel, just Lee McShane. So anyway, I'll have everything linked below. Thank you, have a nice day.